You know, we were talking about looking back. And 2022 was the year for so much news. Putin invaded Ukraine. Inflation soared to record highs. The FBI raided the home of the former president, Donald Trump. And more. Chief White House correspondent James Rosen has your complete look back.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on, guys.
President Biden began the year with a January 19 news conference where his missteps included all but daring Russian President Vladimir Putin to invade Ukraine.
My guess is he will move in. He has to do something.
Putin's answer came February 24th, a full-scale invasion unseen in Europe since World War II, marked by indiscriminate bombing and war crimes. In response, President Biden rallied NATO and the European Union to impose steep sanctions on the Kremlin and to steer hundreds of billions in aid and weapons to the Ukrainian government. Its embattled leader addressed Congress remotely in March.
I call on you to do more.
And again in person at year's end.
Thank you all, from everyone who is now at the front line, from everyone who is evading victory.
By mid-year, domestic inflation had surged to 40-year highs, gasoline to a record high, over $5 a gallon. The White House blamed Putin. Republicans argued otherwise.
What caused inflation? Democrats winning the House, Senate, and the presidency.
When the Supreme Court ruling in Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health overturned Roe v. Wade, the Democrats made abortion a campaign issue and celebrated the first black woman to be confirmed as a justice on the Supreme Court.
Our children are telling me that they see now, more than ever, that here in America, anything is possible.
President Biden notched a series of legislative wins, sometimes with Republican votes, from the Inflation Reduction Act to the CHIPS Act, to the PACT Act, to the Respect for Marriage Act. The country's oldest president in history also celebrated his 80th birthday, and instances of apparent disorientation sometimes created political headaches, as when, in September, he searched in vain for a deceased congresswoman.
Jackie, are you here? Where's Jackie?
For sheer drama, nothing matched the FBI raid of former President Trump's home and office at Mar-A-Lago on August 8th, executing a search warrant for classified documents and hauling off, officials said, more than 300 of them.
We have a document hoax. They're talking about me with documents.
At his signature rallies, the former president campaigned for hand-picked House and Senate candidates, while the incumbent president branded his predecessor as un-American.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
When the midterms were over, the Democrats retained the Senate, while the GOP narrowly recaptured the House, sparking debate about former President Trump's continued clout.
And again, to the media, thank you very much. Have a good time.
Throughout, Mr. Trump's legal problems mounted. The New York State Attorney General, Democrat Letitia James, sued the Trump Organization for fraud weeks before a Manhattan jury convicted the company on separate fraud charges. While a Georgia district attorney continued investigating Mr. Trump's post-election actions, the January 6th committee made a criminal referral against him, non-binding, to the Justice Department. Undaunted, joined by former First Lady Melania Trump and cheered on by raucous supporters at Mar-a-Lago, Mr. Trump announced a historic third bid for the White House.
This will not be my campaign. This will be our campaign.
And that prompted Attorney General Merrick Garland to appoint a special counsel, Jack Smith, to oversee the federal probes into the Mar-a-Lago documents and January 6 cases.
He will exercise independent prosecutorial judgment to decide whether charges should be brought.
Also a factor in the Attorney General's decision, he said, was the stated intention of President Biden to seek re-election. Thus, this tumultuous year, unlike any in recent political history, ended with the distinct prospect looming of a rematch of the election that ended, or at least was certified, 2 years ago. At the White House, James Rosen.